those of you that are interested in retro gaming, or just, you know, you grew up in that time and you're like, yeah, I remember, the Genesis or anything like that. I got something for you. For those of you that are aware, mini retro consoles like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic and even the Sega Genesis Mini, I think they just called it, they didn't call it Classic, came out. There was a big boom of them about a year or two ago. They cost a shit ton of money online now if you want to rebuy them because they don't make them anymore. But they're now releasing the Sega Genesis Mini 2, which is interesting. But there's just some interesting little tidbits here that I'm interested in just from my personal perspective. This might not be what everybody else is interested in, but this is my fucking show, so I get to talk about it. So, real quick, Sega announced on Twitter that a Genesis Mini 2 will release in North America on October 27th. Yay! The miniature-sized console's design is based on the second model of the Genesis and comes with a library of over 50 games, including some Sega CD titles. That's the part that I was really interested in. Now, if you if you're in the know, the original Genesis Mini was the Model 1, the classic looking, the one that most people remember. Now, this one that you see in the background here is based on the Model 2, which was also very popular. Now, another cool thing about this one, the Model 1 came with the OG Genesis controller. I don't have the Mini, but I have the regular Genesis and controller over there, the 3-button controller that originally came with it. The Genesis Mini 2 comes with the 6-button Genesis controller. However, the 3-button controllers released with the original Genesis Mini will also be compatible. That's really fucking cool. I think it's cool that they're actually releasing the 6-button variant now. I'm hoping they release some of the games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter that were used with it. Now, as far as like what games will be on... Oh, and the Genesis Mini 2 is an Amazon exclusive, by the way. You can actually go over there now and pre-order it, by the way, if you're interested in that kind of thing. And last I checked, it is still available as of right now. We'll see how long that lasts. But I do have a list of... They have not listed all of the games. They've listed 24 of the 50, so right under half. And they're going... They did this with the last one as well. Leading up to release, they'll add like bulk of games until it releases, and they'll let you know what all of them are. But as of note, out of those 24, it looks as if we're getting Sonic CD, great CD game, great Sonic game. Some people say the best Sonic game. Shining Force CD. I actually never played Shining Force CD, so that's cool. Slippeed, which is a Sega CD game. Mansion of Hidden Souls, which is a Sega CD game. And Night Striker, which is also a Sega CD game. And the Ninja Warriors, which is also a Sega CD game. So that's, right now, they have announced 6 Sega CD games that will be coming to this thing, which I think is really cool. I'm really interested because they mentioned that this version is going to be a bit more powerful than the last version. So it's going to have capability of doing full motion video. Now, I don't feel like they would have mentioned that had they not planned on including some full motion video games, which the Sega CD was notoriously known for. If they do that, I will absolutely buy. I'll probably buy this thing anyway because it's only going to be like, I can't. The price, it's not much.
It's a lot for a mini. It's $106, but you're getting it from Japan.
Oh, okay. Well, I wonder because it said it's being released in North America. Well, yeah. I mean, it's $100. They usually come in. I think the last one was like 60 or $80, something like that. I know the NES, the mini NES and SNES were like right around in that $70 to $80 range. I don't know. Anyway, I think this thing's cool. If you're into, I mean, if you don't, I don't really need it because I have a Genesis and a Sega CD and all that stuff. But if you don't have that stuff, this is a really, even for $100, if you're really into this stuff, it'd be worth it. I mean, depending on the person. But you're also getting Afterburner 2. These are regular Genesis titles. Afterburner 2, Outrun, Outrunners, Virtual Racing, which that looks like it's going to be the Genesis version, not the 32X version. I think the 32X version would be cool. Hang On, Sonic 3D Blast, Shining in the Darkness. That looks familiar, not sure what it is. Vector Man 2, The Ooze, Wanted. Oh, I'm sorry, Bazooka Brothers, Alien Slider. These are really small. It's hard for me to see them. Rainbow Islands Delta, Splatterhouse 2. That's cool. Rolling Thunder 2, Star
Our
Mobile.
mobile.
There's a
Uh,
bonus game, Fantasy Zone, and Lightning Force. Now that's the 24 that are announced so far. 6 of which are Sega CD games. Which I think this is cool. I mean, this is more of an informative story than anything. I'm a Genesis. I'm a Sega kid. I love the Sega CD is quite possibly my favorite console of all time. I've had some really great experiences on other consoles, and honestly, I probably played more games on the 360 than anything else. But the Sega CD just holds a special place in my heart and always will. So to hear that they're going to put Sega CD games on here too, even though I probably own all the ones they're going to put on. I mean, I own some of these. I don't own Shining Force, but it's just, I don't know. It's a cool little thing. $100 for me, maybe. I don't know. Seeing as how much these things went up in price, the original versions, if you look those up on eBay and stuff, they're going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It might be worth picking one up, so it would be worth probably a lot more money later on. It's your call. But either way, I think this is cool for those people out there that are a bit more casual than, say, myself, who's more into the retro collecting side of things, but maybe you want to play some of these. This is a great way to do it, because you're going to get the controllers that come with them are actual Sega branded controllers, and that's just cool. You get to play the actual games with the actual controllers on not original hardware, but pretty damn near it. I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, Nick, I don't know how you feel about the Sega line of consoles and this particular one, but when you see this, what do you think? Do you think that's ridiculous? What do you think?
I mean, it's another way for them to sell a console. To be fairly honest, I'm not into this kind of stuff. To be fairly honest, I live through your passion for it. So if you buy it, I'll watch your video of you playing it or anything like that. But I didn't buy like the SNES thing or anything like that, because I'm one of those people that just either doesn't have room for it or just doesn't really play a lot of old school games unless I have an Nintendo Switch and I want to play Mario Brothers 3 or something like that. But people will buy it, people will want it, people will collect it. I think $106 is a little expensive for something like this, because it's like basically a ROM kit, but it is what it is. People enjoy it. I don't really have much else to say, to be fairly honest. It's just it's cool. I mean, at least it has some fun games on, like, what was that one console? Was it the Super NES or the NES that had like some really bad games on there or something like that? They were really bad.
PlayStation Mini.
Oh yes, PlayStation Mini. Yeah,
PlayStation Mini was a shit show, because the games it featured, some of the games were fine. I don't have that one, but a lot of people were saying like the game selection was okay, but it was that they put like other region games on there.
Yeah.
And those games were made for different hertz, because back in the day, nowadays it doesn't matter, but back then TVs, PAL region games ran at like a different frame rate and hertz than NTSC. So when you play those games on our TVs or here in America, they ran like shit, and that's what you got on the American version of the PlayStation 1 Mini or whatever they called it. So that was the biggest thing with it. But yeah, I mean, and you're right. It's not more or less. It is just an emulator. It's like a Pimax, or not a Pimax, a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
In a shell. I mean, I've opened it. If you open up the NES and SNES Mini, it's the same thing. There's exactly the same almost on the inside. It's an emulator board. It's just a little board about that big. You can even hack them. I did it to my SNES, and you can put whatever the hell games you want on there if you are so inclined. It's not even hard, because it comes with a USB or micro USB in the back. But I mean, I think that this is great. Like I said, if I got this, it would be from a collector standpoint, because I do collect that kind of thing. But I just think it's cool that it's getting out there, so maybe some people that were my age, and if I wasn't a collector, because like I got the SNES and NES Mini before I was collecting, really, and that was great. I got to sit down, and sure, you can emulate these on a PC. Some people don't want to go through all this. This is just plug and play. You put it in, and bam. They're there.
Yeah,
You
I
get some of
mean,
the greats that you maybe grew
nothing
up
wrong
with.
with that.
Now, I do agree with you that that $100 price tag or $106 price tag. I wonder why
Mhm.
that is.
Because it
Because
come from Japan.
I,
And
I
the semiconductor shortage that's happening right now.
yeah, I mean, that
That's
makes
why.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because I want to say that the original one originally was it was between 60 to 80, something like that.
Hmm.
I don't remember. But so I guess that's not the biggest price hike in the world. I don't know. If you're interested in this kind of thing, and $100, if it seems like the other part of it is we only know half of the games. I mean, the other half could be just total trash, or it could be awesome. I mean, this is a solid bit of games for people from that era. I mean, the CD games, these are some popular ones. Two of them are Japanese games that I think
Yeah.
Ninja Warriors we never got here, and Night Striker I'm not familiar with. I'm looking at the boxes. Those are Japanese Sega CD game boxes. So I'm assuming maybe those never came over. They do that with these mini consoles. They'll include things that maybe you did, like Star Fox 2 with the SNES was never released.
Was
Afterburner's
it
good.
Earthbound on one of them?
Or I don't think so. I don't think Earthbound was,
Oh.
because that would be huge. People love
Yeah.
that game, and it's worth a shit ton. But Afterburner, Outrun, Virtual Racing, some Sonic games, Hang On. These are very well-known names. Vector Man, Splatter, one of the Splatter houses. These are, this isn't some bullshit like, Barbie Dreamhouse or something like that. You've got some solid games. People of that era that played on the Genesis know these names. And they included, like, Afterburner 2 is better than 1. Sonic 3D Blast is kind of an oddity. But I think the other Sonic games were already on the other mini. So that's something else you got to take into consideration is I don't think they're going to put games on this one that were on the other one. That wouldn't make sense. I'm interested to see what the other 26 games they include on this thing are. And how many more will be Sega CD. They put some FMV games on here. I'll buy it. I'll fucking buy it. Even though I own them already, I would just buy it for the novelty of it. I would absolutely buy it. But that's my take. And I mean, I know I'm a little special when it comes to that. But for those of you out there that want, you want to dip your toes in the retro gaming scene, but you don't want to go through the whole retro arc and emulating and all that, here you go. Here's one. But if you are interested in it, I go ahead and buy it. Even though 100 sounds expensive, I guarantee you, after they come out and they don't make any more, this thing's going to skyrocket up to like $500 plus, because that's what happened with all the other ones. So if you are interested in it, don't drag your feet. Go ahead and get it.